Welcome back to the Birdhouse Mock Draft Monday 5.0 on the Dynasty Rewind. And tonight, we're joined by a couple of the boys from DD Fantasy. We've got Shane Manila and Ty DeClare in the house on this opening of the NFL free agency. Guys, how are we doing today?
Doing well, man. I'm excited. I got a little shot of juice with all the NFL free agency news today. I feel like my leagues are starting to get revitalized. Those ones that are dead are starting to wake up again. So it's an exciting time. Hope you're doing well too, Chris.
Yes.
I'm good. We were just talking before I jumped on, man. Unfortunately, work was kicking my ass all day, so I had to scroll while at the urinal. So I was at the urinal a little longer than you should be. People probably think I got prostate issues, but no, I was just looking at Twitter to see who signed. And I actually got an offer from my co-host here, Ty DeClare. I hated it. And I think he was trying to take advantage of the thought that I wasn't paying attention at work. But that's neither here nor there.
Never, Shane. Never.
Yes. Well, yeah, Ty, I mean, your Chiefs signed one of the big dogs in free agency.
Yes, sir.
AW3 to the Chiefs. Thought maybe he was going elsewhere, but then no ETN to the Chiefs. Instead, he signs with the New Orleans Saints. Little shocking out of nowhere there, I think. But what do you guys think of those two running backs and how maybe that'll play into our rookie drafts, those two guys going to those two spots?
Oh, really, Shane? I mean, I think it like takes away a few of those landing spots for Jeremiah Love. So I think it kind of clears up probably what's going to happen at the top end of the NFL draft. I mean, Kenny Walker, gosh, like he is a top 8 running back in Dynasty at a minimum, and then you're talking higher from there. ETN, I like the landing spot as well, so I'm really excited for both those guys.
Yeah, we talked about. I love the landing spot for ETN. I absolutely love it. You had Kellen Moore in Philadelphia 1 year, and obviously Saquon Barkley and ETN aren't the same, 1-for-1 replacement. But man, he fed the hell out of Barkley. Like, you know what I mean? Like Kenny Gainwell was here, and you wouldn't even have known it. So I expect ETN to get the ball a whole hell of a lot, and the difference between him and Barkley is he's probably a better receiver, or they just have thrown him the ball in the past. Their teams have. I don't know what you say about Ken Walker, man. I will say this: I'd be okay selling high, but yeah, you turned a profit, man. If you bought that dude anytime in season, it couldn't have played out better for you. Like, poor Sharps broke his ankle, tore his knee, whatever the hell happened. And then Walker gets to go nuts in the Super Bowl and the playoffs, and then just gets to go sign with Kansas City, which is probably one of the best landing spots. But yeah, I think this kind of boxes Love into one of like 3 places.
Yeah, and we will get to that in a second. Shane, you drew the short straw. We didn't actually draw straws. I just drew them, and you're getting the 101.
All right.
So you can fire that one up or throw it on the block, and Ty and I can shoot our offers over to you.
Send me some offers. I want to know the offers.
Ty, you got something for him?
So are we just talking like are we talking picks on the board that we can offer?
You can come up. Just say, hey, I'm I think I'm a contender, and you've got the 108, 109, and I need a young running back on my squad. So here you go.
Okay.
This is what yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm going after 101 with what I know today, I'm expecting that to hopefully get me an elite outcome running back, which, I mean, Shane, you were talking earlier today. That's the thing you want in Dynasty right now. That's the thing that moves mountains right now. So that means that if I'm trading for it, maybe I'm flush in a position. I feel like I can trade one positional difference maker for another. So, I mean, Shane, could I offer you Tet for 101 straight up?
You could do whatever you'd like in life. I mean,
you can do whatever you want. Offer 10 and a little juice.
You're a Canadian, bro. You got all the rights you want in the world. It's not going to happen, but you're free to do it.
All right, Chris, what pick do I have on the board?
Well, okay, so you're just a hypothetical. You're going to have the 102, right? But
okay,
that's
what I was hoping.
Team. Like, for instance, a couple weeks ago, I offered George Pickens and what did I offer him? George Pickens and the 106 or 105 for the 101 and Parker Washington. And I got declined. So then I tried offering my 27 first with Pickens, and I still got declined. So he said Jeremiah Love. No, I'm still going with him. So
fair. Okay. Could I use one of the secondary running back landing spot guys, like from the 102? Could I go 102 and Kenny Gainwell, 102 and Tyler Algier to get up to your 101, Shane?
No, I thought you were going to do Ken Walker or Travis Etienne and the 102
I think Ken Walker.
Is that the price? Is that the price? 102 and Kenny Walker or Etienne to get up to 101.
So I keep saying this. What would you expect someone to pay you for Gibbs, Bijan, Devon Achane, and whoever you want to put in a running back for? Like those are the prices to me, because that's basically where he's coming in. So I might be asking for a lot, but that's what I'm asking for. So I'll just draft Love, because clearly Ty's not serious.
All right. If I threw Emeka Egbuka and my 27 first at you, how would that look? I'm on a wide receiver heavy team.
That would be a lot closer than now.
My boy Mike Evans, now a 49er. I hate it. It's a sad day in Tampa.
Yeah, I
could. I come, and now I understand the Egbuka draft pick last year a lot more.
Let's assume I earned that 101.
Yes.
That's a hell of a cash out. Yeah, getting a Egbuka and a 27 first would be a hell of a cash out. I would accept that.
All right.
No, but I might go to Ty on the side and be like, bro, do you want to add a 27 first to Tet? Because that's what Chris is offering, first on top of Egbuka. So if you want to match it,
Yeah. I mean, Shane, if I was at like the 105 or the 106, and I really wanted to get up there and I had that Tet, like would the 105 and Tet be in the range for you? Does it have to be a 27?
I'd be a lot closer, but I would prefer the 27. So I would have went with the Egbuka deal.
Got you.
All right. Well, now I get to pick Jeremiah Love, which, we talked about it a little bit right before. You were thinking Tennessee maybe goes after Love now. Where do they pick 4? The Giants have been whispered to go after him. Yeah. I don't know about that one, but Washington, I definitely could see they missed out on both Kenneth Walker and Etienne in the free agency sweepstakes. And I definitely would love that landing spot. What's your favorite landing spot for Love in basically the top 7 picks now in the NFL draft?
I'd say Washington. Just because the holes that'll be opened with Jaden Daniels there. I know the RPO or not the RPO, but the whatever, I can't remember what it's called, isn't in vogue anymore, but that would be killer with those two. Yeah, the thing, you stick the ball in the gut, decide if you're going to run with it and not, you give it to him. That thing, that would be deadly with those two on the same field. But just the holes that would open for him, I don't love it because he probably won't see a ton of dump offs. I don't know how much he would be used in the receiving game, but I think it would absolutely crush with JD5.
For sure. So you mentioned Tennessee. Now, Tennessee did sign Wan'Dale Robinson today, reunited with Brian Dable. So it makes sense there. Do you think Tennessee, though, is still looking for a top dog, big dog with their pick at number 4?
Ty, how you feeling?
I'm sorry. My internet cut out there really quick. I was trying to get everything back up there. What was that?
I'd say they still need another wide receiver.
Yeah.
If I'm Tennessee, I'm probably taking Love, though, right? Because if I look at the availability at 4, I don't know that I want to take Mekhi Lemon, Carnell Tate, or Jordan Tyson there, but I could live with Love there because he's, like I said, he's in that Bijan, Saquon, like that type of prospect, Genty. He's that type of prospect that it's worth taking him there, irregardless of their other needs, which they do have some legitimate needs, but I play fantasy football, so I don't particularly care about their real football needs. But they do need an explosive playmaker, and that's what he is.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could see them going Love and then grabbing a different receiver in the second or third round, maybe, to sort of fill that X spot on the outside. I mean, they signed Wandell, they've got DK and Elikiah Manor, who I see more as like wide receiver 3s and 4s types, on good teams at least. So it'll be interesting when it gets to Tennessee's pick. But Ty, we are at the 102, and I'm awarding you the 102 and so on. So what do you think you're going to – now, I labeled it when I put this together as format matters, so it didn't matter at all. We all agree pretty much 101 is Jeremiah Love, any format, really, other than maybe some weird contract type league. But the format I put up here for us is a 12 by 11, 0.75 tight end premium. We'll just say 6 points -2 for touchdown passes. So with that, are you going quarterback here, or are you going to go one of the wide receivers?
Yeah. So 12 by 11 super flex, 0.75 tight end premium. Really, if it was a 2 quarterback league, maybe like 6 -2 scoring, like something really positive for quarterbacks, I really wouldn't fault anyone for at least considering a quarterback at the 101. But really, I'm going Love 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10. So at the 102 here, I mean, yeah, like if I'm sitting there, I either have Mendoza in the back pocket, or if one of these wide receivers lands in a honeypot spot that I'm really excited about, or something comes to reality, people get excited. I feel like I am going to be able to do a lot with that 102. So, and I mean, we've seen like Mekhi Lemon, like Tate, like they're already going to walk in to be top end wide receiver 2s in dynasty value. So really, if I have the 102, like if I had an offer in my inbox, it's going to have to move my team forward more so than what I could pick right now. So do I have any offers in my inbox for the 102?
I will give you 105 and Jameson Williams.
Ooh. 105 and Jameson Williams. If I wanted to play the game where it's like, I bet that at 105, I can get what I could get at 102, I might be a little interested at that, but I'm going to decline that and bet that I can do more with that 102, Shane.
Wow. See, for me, 102 through 105 are pretty much all the same tier, Mendoza with the wide receivers. So, but if you really need that quarterback, then yeah, that makes it difficult. I mean, what quarterback could you get if you then flip Jameson Williams for a quarterback, right? Could you get Malik Willis right now for JMO? Just signed today. Now we know he's actually in Miami.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some people are
up in value in your eyes, guys. Did he move up, Malik Willis now, or
I think that Malik Willis kind of went up to where I kind of had him. Like I was willing to trade one of those back end first, or like really was aggressive trying to send those early seconds to get into Malik Willis. I feel like just the Miami landing spot, him having a spot, like I feel like that just solidified that price. I don't think he's really moved up or down for me. I know some people are very down on the Miami landing spot, the uncertainty. I don't know. Feels like a spot where he doesn't have to do a lot to hopefully be efficient with the weapons he has, but we'll see what the story tells us. Shane, what did you think about that landing spot?
I'm okay with it. I don't know where we expected him to go, like out of the available options. Like he wasn't going to go to Atlanta, right? That'd be great if he could go to Atlanta. The weapons around him would be great. Obviously he wasn't going to Kansas City to start for 6 games. It was the Jets, it was the Dolphins, and it was Arizona. I mean, Arizona, I guess, weapon-wise, with Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, not in that order. Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and Marvin Harrison as their wide receiver 3. Decent, that's not bad. But it's not like Miami's offense is bad. They have Devon Achane and Jalen Waddle. I don't know if they're bringing back Waller or whatever, but I'm fine with the landing spot. And now I don't think his value went up for me, only because I kind of have his value as a first already. Because we knew he was going to sign as a starter somewhere, even if we didn't know where was. Thankfully, it wasn't the Jets.
Yes. Well, Ty, I'm going to offer you the 106 and Malik Willis for this 102. What do you think?
You see, if I have the 102, instead of kind of going down and getting a quarterback, I think I'm probably I would probably try. Can I go and get Brock Purdy? Could I go and get Bo Nix? Could I maybe add a little something and get a T-Law? Like I feel like I'd rather use that 102 to get to that range versus splitting good. But again, team dependent, right? Like what does your team need? What does your league say that you can actually pull off? Let me talk in a 0.75 tight end premium. Can I get into a certain range of tight end? Like would either of you trade me Tyler Warren or Harold Fannin for the 102?
In a 1.75? It's tough.
I mean, how bad are my quarterbacks?
Right. And it depends what other tight ends I've got to backfill for Warren, right? Like if I've got a Hunter Henry or I don't know, Kate Otten is my next tight end. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pass. But
you're right.
Thanks for the negotiation, Ty.
Perfect. All right. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, again, if I'm going to get into a quarterback, I'd probably rather do that. I mean, I could be talked into like I don't know, a 105, a 106 in the 0.75, knowing what I can get at tight end, like one of those two picks, and maybe like a Jared Goff, a higher level quarterback than where I kind of feel like Malik Willis is going to land in there, Chris. But knowing what I'm being offered right now, I'm just going to take Mendoza and move forward.
Fair enough. All right. We'll give you Mendoza. There we go. All right. And for some reason, the chime keeps going off every pick, even though I've turned it off. All right. Anyway, now it's on me on the 103, and I'm throwing it on the block, and I'm looking for a running back. So that's what I'm saying. I'm looking for a running back. Not necessarily having to be 1-for-1, but
I'll straight up give you willing to listen. I'll give you Bucky Irving. Who I don't love had Kenneth Gainwell added to his backfield.
Ooh. Can I get Bucky and it's 12 by 11? Yeah, can I get Bucky and Parker Washington?
Oh man, 12 by 11 and Parker Washington. Can I get the 212 back?
Yes.
All right. You got it. You got yourself a deal. We'll do
all
that.
Right. Pick's all yours. I got Bucky Irving. Kenny Gainwell doesn't. I'll just say this. The Kenny Gainwell signing doesn't scare me too much for Bucky, but it does somewhat limit his screen pass game, which is nice for Bucky. But I think it still means that he's the goal line back now, right? So that helps in a way. So they didn't sign Algier or Dowdle, that type of running back. So that's good for Bucky. So I'm back in on the Bucky train.
I am going to
get to pick your favorite.
Yeah, I'm taking Mekhi Lemon. I've been pretty consistent with him being my wide receiver one, though I keep taking Carnell Tate as the wide receiver one in DD mock drafts. But I'm just testing some things out. So I'll take Mekhi Lemon. But again,
why do you like Lemon over the other two? Because I do too. So I'm interested.
So, look, I'm not a scout, so I rely on what scouts say. Just based off his production in school and what not everyone, like the scouts that I trust, like Ray GQ, they like Lemon. You know what I mean? They like his game. I think Tyson would be up there with him if not for the injuries. And Carnell Tate is right there for me, to be honest with you. Tate, it's like 1 and 2, him and Lemon. There's going to be a lot of drafts where, or not a lot of drafts, but there's probably going to be times where I have the 103 in one league and I take Tate, and I have the 103 in another league and I take Lemon, just because I like both guys almost equally.
Yeah, I like Lemon just because I think he's got that dog in him, that alpha dog. So wherever he lands, whichever team it is, it really doesn't matter. I think he's getting he's pretty much the most guaranteed of the three to be able to get a really good amount of targets. The other two, I mean, they're all good. So you're just splitting hairs, really. And I don't know that I would pay anything to move up from the 105 to the 103 in this case. I would just, I think I'd feel like I was just throwing money away. But Lemon just seems to have that in him where he could be the one of the three that actually is like a top 5 dynasty wide receiver. That's what I feel out of them. Ty, I don't know if you feel differently on one of them, but you do have the oh no, sorry, Shane, you're gonna have the 104. But Ty, do you have I guess we'll get to it. You're gonna have the 105. You can.
I got the 104. It's 1.75. Not quite enough of a premium to take Kenyon Sadiq. I just talked about how I think Tate and Mekhi Lemon are pretty much, very close. So if I were to draft someone else, I'd look like a raging moron. So I'm going to go ahead and take Carnell Tate here. Yeah, I'm going to take Carnell Tate.
All right. We'll give you Tate. Now the question to you, Ty, is 0.75 in a 12 by 11 enough for you to move the tight end up into the top 5, or is he still behind the cutoff, basically behind the tier break there?
It's getting closer. In the right league, where I've seen deals go down where tight ends are market movers. Like when you have one of those guys, like you can use them or just it fits the form. Like I'm not excited about the idea of like taking my preference at tight end. I also know that there's going to be a ton of tight ends later on in the draft with these 3rds and 4ths that I haven't been able to use, that I'm going to be able to take dart throws at tight end and feel okay at it. So really, I feel like what I'm not going to have access to is one of those, likely top 20 draft capital in the NFL type wide receivers. So, and really, I was going to say between Lemon, Tate, hell, even Tyson, like landing spot is going to change. So we have an incomplete picture right now, right? And right, I don't really have a preference. I just know that I hope they all get that top 15 NFL draft capital, and we are excited about where they land.
Yeah,
I'll let that decide kind of who I take, but with that in mind, give me Jordan Tyson. Unless someone wants to try to come in with the deal here for the 105.
I will offer you Tet McMillan for the 105 and the 209.
Ooh. Tet and the 109.
109.
105 and the what was it? 2 what?
No, I said Tet straight up. No, I didn't say straight up. Tet for this pick and the Tet for this pick and the 209. Tet
for this pick and the 209.
Okay.
So I know this guy's name's Scott Connor, and he has a thing called like a process deal. And usually when like I think that 2 wide receivers can be in the same range, I don't really want to just add an extra thing. In this draft, like I feel very confident in adding a second in this draft to get something done that I want to do. Shane, you actually in the deal, one of the deals we made in real life, you took one of my, I'm down to like 2 shares of Tet. So I would make that deal to get into Tet and just bet that the Tet asset will be better than wherever Tyson will land. I just need to get a little more Tet in my life. So there you go.
Oh, well then I drafted Jordan Tyson.
All right. Well, we have ourselves a deal. I don't have a gong and I don't have any fancy music to shut you guys up. So, it's not quite the Dynasty Deal show, but you guys want to talk about what you have coming up this week on DD Fantasy? I know you got a bigger week than normal this week. You want to share a little about that quick?
Yeah. Well, I got sick over the weekend. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm still kind of recovering a bit.
Sure.
But yeah, so last week y'all did Dynasty Deal show. There was no all gas trade show, but this week we're coming back with it with the full free agency thing. Everything that happened in the last week we'll cover on that. We got Dynasty Deal show on Friday on the DDFFB YouTube channel for members. It's me and Shane. Is it just us two this week, Shane?
It is just us because Scott is basically planning on living in the Discord community this week, going live 467 times. And I mean, that's where we're going to be spending most of our time, is in our Discord community. We got a bunch of new, what do you call those folks? People that joined it over the last week or so. We have got a free deal. Yeah, there you go. We have a free link to our community chat. So we're just hanging out with those folks. I did a drive this morning, do those every day. Might do another one tomorrow, just to talk about today, where literally it's me driving to work, just talking about football stuff on my mind. And every once in a while, I'll glance down at the phone and see what comments people have and talk back at them.
Sounds like my ride to work. I'm just listening to you guys or somebody else, a couple others that I listen to. But yeah, I got a 10-15 minute drive to work, listen to it at 1.5 speed, 1.75 speed, and zip through them. That's how you expand the brain, right, guys?
Yep.
Well, something about Shane yelling at traffic while I go in traffic calms me down. So it's really nice.
Yes. No, you got your Monday night draft board night off this week, Shane.
Yeah, so we do that. Me and Brandon do that every other weekend, every other week. We set it up so that we would have been right after the combine last week. This week, I don't know that rookie drafts were going to be what we would have ended up talking about. So it didn't make sense to do a Monday night draft board when we probably would have just spent the whole time talking about free agency. It would have been a lie. It would have been all a lie.
Yes, that's what we're running into today, I think. Yeah. But I think that's what the listeners want to know anyway. So go ahead and drop any questions you guys have. We'll be happy to answer them. That's all really what we're thinking about this week ourselves. Yep. But we do want to play into how the free agents might affect some of these picks coming up. But we're talking format here, and 0.75 premium. It's basically, for me right now at the 106, it's between Sadiq and Concepcion, I think. So Concepcion, I think, has kind of separated himself a little bit from Denzel Boston, and maybe Omar Cooper is kind of sliding up into that first round territory a little. But I think the 0.75 premium's enough to get me to go after him. Landing spot dependent. One of those landing spots kind of disappeared today. I know Tampa was mocked for Sadiq in quite a few mocks. Your Eagles also, Shane, would you be happy getting Sadiq, or do you feel like maybe a different type of tight end is your guys?
Look, I just want playmakers on that team. You know what I mean? And different. What's the word I'm looking for? Different than what I saw last year, which was one of the most disgustingly boring, awful, non-creative, non-innovative things that I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, get me the athletic freak at tight end. Throw him in there with AJ and Devonta, and let me see what the hell is going to happen. You know, look, I love Dallas Goedert.
Do you think he's coming back?
No. I mean, the guy took a pay cut last year to stay with the Eagles. I can't imagine he's going to do it again, or accept less to come back. If he goes out on the market and sees that the money's not right and the Eagles can get him for like $5 million, he'll probably come back, which I'd be okay with that too. But I kind of think it's about time for him to move on. Kind of like when Zach Ertz got to that age. Before them, Chad Lewis, old tight ends go out to pasture, and then you replace them with the new young hotness.
Yeah. Well, I'm at the 106 here, and I'm putting it on the block, and I'm eyeing up somebody you just mentioned, AJ Brown. And so I'm looking for AJ Brown and some backfiller at tight end for this 106 pick.
Man, I love me some AJ. AJ is still my most owned wide receiver, so I won't be moving on from AJ. I don't know about you, Ty. If it's a copy league, maybe you got AJ too. You can think about
it. I do love me.
Okay, well, Ty, you own AJ Brown.
I do. Oh, believe me, I do. I don't think you're getting any change from me on AJ Brown. I think if I was gonna do it, I'd have to do it straight up, and I really don't think I'm moving AJ Brown for anything less than my preference of a rookie wide receiver. So would you offer me any junk on your pick for AJ Brown?
Oh, I could offer you. Let's see.
How about this?
So
How about this? How about this? You give me the 1-6 and the 2-6.
Okay.
I'll give you AJ Brown, and I'll throw in the 3-10.
Okay. I think I can handle that. I will do that. Yes.
Cool.
I love me some AJ Brown as well. He is one of definitely, I haven't looked at my shares recently, but he's definitely one of my top 3 wide receivers owned as well. And I am not getting rid of him, because whether he stays in Philly, which I think he will because of the contract, if you actually look at that contract, I don't know how. I mean, I know that the salary cap goes up every year, but I looked at it, and I'm not a salary cap wizard or anything, but it just seems like it's way too much for somebody to take on. I mean, the Eagles are getting a gift on one end. I don't know how much anybody's going to pay for him with that contract. I mean, Shane, you're probably a little bit more aware of it, being an Eagles fan, but I don't know if you had any little tidbits on that, because a lot of people think he's going to the Patriots, right? I'll just say it. I'll just throw it out there. But
yeah,
is that really realistic?
It's realistic if the Patriots want to give up a first, a second, and a starter, which is because if the Eagles there's some cap shenanigans they could do, but I've never seen a trade designated for post June 1st, right? I've always seen people being cut post June 1st, but I think if you trade him, the cap still accelerates. So I don't know how that helps the Eagles. They did restructure Michael Carter, and they re-signed Jordan Davis, and that gave them like $15 million in cap space. So I think they're like right around 33, which still would leave them $7 million short with his dead cap. So I don't know how you get there physically, to be quite honest with you. The math doesn't work. If there's some hidden intricacies that I don't know of, sure. But he's been on podcasts talking about how much he loves Philly, how it's his home, and blah, 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 blah. So this week he likes it here. In 3 weeks, who knows? But I'd prefer he stay. I know that.
Yeah, if I was an Eagles fan, I'd want to keep him too.
Yeah.
I love the guy. So anyway, though, now, Ty, you do have the 106. So are you taking the tight end, or are you going Concepcion or somebody else?
Yeah. So this team that made this trade, they were, a middling team. They're trying to retool here. They're aiming towards maybe 2027. AJ Brown has served them well, but now it's time to move on. And yeah, I want to lean into the format. So I got a little extra on the back end. Now give me that Sadiq. I will take the first tight end off the board, bet that he can be Vernon Davis minus 12 pounds and actually have a good fantasy outcome.
Yeah, he was a combine monster. I just think that Eli Stowers was just as much of a beast. And, that's where it's tough for me on Sadiq. I guess I could easily see Stowers being the best tight end in this class. Law of averages, whatever, 55, 45, whoever's going to be the top one. I don't know. So that's where it's a little tough for me to swallow taking Sadiq at 106. So that's why I didn't mind trading it away.
Perfect. I'm pretty excited on Stowers too. Again, there's a lot of tight ends I am excited about.
One question I have for you, Ty, because you know the format well. In my Birdhouse 4 league, which is a 2 tight end 0.75 premium league, where we had miraculously Brock Bowers go 101 last year in the startup. Where would you place Sadiq in this, in a rookie draft right now, not knowing landing spots yet? Where do you think you'd throw him in to our rookie draft for that league?
I got to say, I'm not going to be surprised if he goes higher.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it changes too much on the order. I think I'm still going to want probably Tate or Lemon over him, so long as that draft capital and landing spot, lines up. Assuming that Sadiq gets the capital, lands the spot, and I can see the path to opportunity early, I'm taking him, 104, 105 as early as that. But also, again, that format, Chris is going to push up all the rest of the tight end. So for that exact same reason you laid out, I'd probably wait and just take Stowers where I would have taken Sadiq, right? So I'm not in a hurry. So just you got to add a little spice for a 2.0 tight end, and you got to start 2 of them in a best ball.
I think Stowers and the other tight ends you mentioned that are going to be in the 3rd and 4th rounds in our, other vanilla leagues, those are the guys who are going to really jump up in a format like that. But anyway, Shane, back to you at the 107 here. What are you thinking in a 12 by 11?
So Sadiq's off the board. Do I want to go Stellars just because of the format? Do I want to go Concepcion? Anybody want to buy this is there anyone with FOMO right now that would buy this for a 27 first?
Ooh,
I'm good.
No. What if I kick in a second? I'll kick in a 28 second in this pick for a 27 first.
I'm good, my friend.
Okay, how about this pick for a 28 first?
What would you need the 107 plus what? What would you say would be your
something that moves my team forward, something I can get excited about? Travis Etienne.
There you go.
Travis Etienne and 107.
Travis Etienne and the 107.
I can kick back some trash. I can kick back some trash to get that done.
I'm just gonna pass, and I'm just gonna take Casey Concepcion and just move on with my life. And I'm hitting the button annoyed at the offers I got. I'm just like, you guys, man, get out of here.
I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
I'm probably saying something passive aggressive in the chat right now too.
Now, a lot of people had him going to. I saw a lot of mocks, and I know these mocks. Who knows what they really mean at this point? The NFL mocks. Going to the Niners. I don't know now because, even if Ayuk leaves and even if Juwan Jennings doesn't re-sign there, if Evans there, I don't know that's exactly where he's going to go. He's still going to go in the first, though, I think.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't go there because he would be squeezed out by Evans and maybe Purcell. Although Purcell doesn't play football a lot. He is a football player by trade, but he doesn't actually do the games a lot. So.
Yes, I own 0 shares of Ricky Pearsall, and I'm plan on keeping it that way.
Yeah, look, I will take Purcell on if I can get a discount. Can I flip the 206 for him? Okay, sure, I'll take a shot on his upside and him staying on the field. If anybody wants anything that starts with a 1, I'm probably going to curse at them.
Yeah, I was very shocked to see some of the. I did see him go for a first in one of my other leagues. It was like the 111 or 112, and I couldn't believe it. But anyway, Ty, it is now on you at the 108. So what are you thinking, or what are you looking for with your 108?
Apparently too much. No, that was a dumb offer. But yeah, I would probably, again, I would look for something that would hopefully make my team better because I'm probably looking at just taking a wide receiver here, right? So if I need a running back, can I move down the board and get a body? So is there anyone that's going to package up a pick and a running back for me here?
Well, if I'm looking good at running back, I could probably dangle Javonte Williams out there. So now this isn't a PPC league like you guys like to play over at DD. But the running back is definitely back. And I'm looking to cash out on Javonte's season last year. I don't know if I can buy into him staying in Dallas for 3 more years or staying healthy for 3 more years in Dallas, I guess. I'll just throw him straight up at you. And what do you?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Shane, would you beat that offer?
No, you're good.
No, I'll just take Javonte.
I'm so mad at you for trying to get the 107 and a first off of me.
That's you know what? Valid.
Now I'm freezing you out.
Valid, fair.
All right. Well, I got the 108, and my thoughts are that Denzel Boston gets a good landing spot, nice quarterback. Maybe he falls into the 20s and he gets a good quarterback, right? So I think that would juice him up a little bit. He seems to have sort of, I don't want to say fallen completely out of favor, but the other receivers just did better, or at least Concepcion did better at the combine. So
yeah,
he moved his way up, right? And then Omar Cooper got some buzz as well, but I think Boston's still, he's that the type of receiver that historically I've loved taking, that big bodied guy that can move. And yeah, I don't know. I'm partial to having owned his dad in quite a few leagues in my past, and that guy was a beast.
Yeah, I love.
And then we found out why, but I don't think he's juicing, so I'm gonna go ahead and take Denzel and like it. And then it would be on me at the 109. You guys, anybody excited about this 109 pick or what?
So I will offer you. I will offer you Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce for this pick in the 313. It's a comp pick you got. So it's not even a pick. It's just comp pick. You know what I mean? It's not even like it's like the Eagles just got. Can I
get a 28 third instead?
Wait. What was I asking for? Wait, what was my offer? I was offering.
You're giving me Pierce and or no? Oh no, you were. Yeah, I'll give you the 313 because I gotta downsize.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of us are feeling this right now, right? It seems like there's a big tier at the back end of our rosters, right, where we're trying to downsize. And I'm having trouble getting it done in some leagues because the damn people just aren't paying attention. And so, yeah, I got a roster crunch going on, and I'm more than happy to let you have whoever you want at the 109 here. I will jump on Alec Pierce because, okay. I like what's happened there for him in Indy. They did get rid of Michael Pittman over to the Steelers today. And so, yeah, I'll take that risk. He's going right into his prime here. I think he's got a couple of good seasons ahead of him in Indy. So, yeah, I'll take Alec Pierce.
I will go ahead and I obviously did this to draft Omar Cooper.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Which probably is a little silly. Might be a little silly, right?
Yeah. People are excited about Cooper.
No, I think that's about where he's going. I'd say this is where he goes right now.
More the you're giving up Pierce, who outcomes could be a wide receiver. I don't know, maybe a high end wide receiver too, maybe even one. Who knows?
I mean, Pittman's
well, if you're a rebuilding team and you had somebody's 109 because you traded away a vet last year and you got their 109, then it would make sense. I think.
Yeah. I mean, again, you take Pittman out of the way. I'm really excited for Warren. I'm excited for Pierce. Hopefully Daniel Jones has a couple of Achilles attached. Downs. Yeah, can't forget about Downs. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Pierce. I think that's a fine cash out if you're convicted on someone at 109, or if you can do more with 109. But
yeah, I like it. All right, well, Shane, now it's back to you at the 110.
I'm taking Stowers. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you have to. It's the 110 and it's a 1.75 tight end premium. I have no idea who the running back 2 is going to be, but I know I'm not taking him over Stowers, most likely, unless Mel Kiper isn't just, doing drugs and somehow Jadeveon Price goes in the first round. Although I don't know that he would go to the Broncos anymore now that they've re-signed J.K. Dobbins. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and take Stowers here. Eli.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. I probably should have just taken him, but I'll take my Alec Pearson.
You definitely should have.
All right, Ty. It's on you at 111. What do you want to do?
I mean, yeah, Shane, I was hoping if at any point today you're going to fall asleep, it was there at the wheel to let Stowers fall to me, but you didn't.
Absolutely not.
Good work. When you traded for Alec Pierce, I also thought, like, what would Mike Evans get you in a 26 pick right now? What would you send for him?
I'm not sending a first. I will give you the 202.
Because, I mean, I can tell myself the story that I should value Evans the same way that I would value Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, honestly, I was gonna. Well, I'm glad we went over this in post, so I didn't offend you. But I didn't. I was gonna offer you Mike Evans for that 110 to try to get into that Stowers.
I probably would have countered with the one Mike Evans in like 27 or 28 second. Just real quick, I'm looking on Twitter now. Mr. Evans only has 16 million only. Good Lord. Only 16 of that $42 million is guaranteed, which is sounds like a 1-year deal to me.
1 year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Team option built
Yep.
in. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, before today's action and with all the quarterbacks that have landed and still to land, I would have thought about like a Ty Simpson here at 111, but now I don't see the path to him getting drafted in that first round. So I'm not.
No, the Jets.
I think they're going to find someone that's still available in free agency before I'm betting on Ty Simpson, but who knows? Maybe I've seen Jets do Jetsier things.
Well, Cousins or Kyler are there definitely, and Minnesota's the other spot that's heavily rumored for those two. So we could see a nice 100%. Kirk Cousins reunion in Minnesota, possibly, but
yeah,
wouldn't be shocking.
It would not.
No.
So I'm looking to get into running back here. Okay. Who would offer me something? A running back here for the 111.
I will offer you the 203, 204, and 209 for this pick.
204.
Hey, stacked up on
205.
I also need a running back, and I want to get the RB2 of the class here.
Okay, and it's just something I just don't want to press the button here. I'll take the 3 seconds. Sure, I'll take the 3 seconds.
All right. So who are you, Shane? Who do you think, as of now, RB2? Who are you going with?
I am taking Price.
All right.
I gotta take Price.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I am looking for a wide receiver, so I am going to offer you, Shane, this 112 for Mike Evans, and let's see. You're the 112, but you probably got that in a deal, I'm guessing, because a lot of the 112s, they don't end up with the guy who won the championship because they used it for something. So we'll say it's a rebuilding team, and you're still somehow stuck with Mike Evans. And I don't know. I guess I'll throw it straight up for Mike Evans because I'd rather have Evans than some rookie wide receiver.
So, assuming that I am in a rebuilding mode, I will take the one. Oh, but that
it has a 1 in front of it.
It has a 1
in front of it. But like, what player do I really want here?
Right.
I almost would rather move. If I was going to move Mike Evans, I'd rather move him for a couple seconds and take a couple dart throws there. You got a couple seconds?
Sure. I can give you the.
Oh, then we skipped this pick, so that wasn't. We did that. Never mind. That won't work.
Oh yeah, I had this pick.
Yeah.
Well, how could I do that then? I want Evans. You want this pick. I also have the 207. So I'll give you the 112 and 207, and you throw me back your 28 second.
No, I'm just giving you a second. We're just swapping seconds. I will give you a 28 third.
Fine. I'll do it.
All right. Wait, am I back on the clock?
Yes, you're back on the clock.
See, the only problem, drafting at 112 definitely feels like the place. Like I could get the same guy at 112 that I could get it at 206. Yeah. I'm rebuilding, so I shouldn't, but I'm just going to say F it, balls to the wall, and take Mike Washington based off his combine.
Right.
I got a feeling this dude's still going to get drafted in the 5th round. Do we have one of these dudes every year where we start steaming them up and then they get drafted in the 5th round and we forget all about them? So let's just pretend that didn't happen to him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 4th or 5th round pick probably prior to the combine. So Yeah, it depends. I mean, I find it really hard to believe that more than 2, maybe 3 running backs go on day 2, right? Like Nick Singleton also doesn't seem like somebody that's going to go on day 2. Katron Allen, Jonah Coleman could go on day 2.
Yeah, Jonah Coleman. I probably should have taken Jonah Coleman over Mike Washington if we're being completely honest. What the hell did I just do? Oh, Red McMuffin got
Red
Mike
McMuffin.
Evans 210. Nice.
210 is a
yeah. That's
I got to go shopping for Big Mike.
See, that's the problem. Like people tell you like deals like that happen, so you're like, well, then I'm going to send that offer out to people in my league, and they get all offended.
Yeah.
You're like, look,
exactly.
Sorry,
Red McMuffin. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. Good work.
Well, then you just throw an extra second on top of that 210, right?
Yeah.
Then you grease the wheels and get her done. All right. Well, Shane, it's back to you now that we're at the 201, and
Jesus, I just keep drafting and drafting and drafting. I'm gonna take Jonah Coleman, who I should have taken.
There it is.
Not all of them can fail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can. I mean, we've seen, right? Remember the No-Sean Marino draft class? Bishop Sankey? Yeah.
Ooh. Who is that guy that went to Tennessee? Sankey. Bishop Sankey was the RB1 of a certain class. And yikes. At least No-Sean did give you that 1 year with Manning, right? With the Broncos. He had one big 1,000.
He did he?
Yeah, he but it was like his second or third year, and everybody had already given up on him.
Yeah, it was his second team. So yeah, definitely. Or was it his second team? I don't remember. Yeah, because he was with Tampa Bay. So yeah, everybody had already moved on.
No, that was Denver was his first team.
Denver was it? Who am I thinking of? No, not No-Sean.
Ronald Jones.
No. Who am I thinking? Oh, Keyshawn Vaughn. Sorry.
Yeah,
Keyshawn
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Not No-Sean. I'm sorry to slander.
That was a bad pick. I did not like
sorry to slander. Yeah, I didn't mean to slander Moreno. If you see this, I apologize. I got you confused with Keyshawn Vaughn. Very different situations.
All right, Ty, 202.
Well, this is where I want to go out to try to get, again, a running back. So I just saw 3 of them go off, but I'm not convicted on anyone else that's on the board. Can I go and get I'll even throw in a third in this 26 draft if I can get an Algier or a Gainwell with this 202.
Okay. I have Tyler Algier, and I'm plenty loaded at running back. So yeah, I will do that because I think there's one other running back I could take, or I'll do that. I'll give you Algier for the 202 and whatever. The 302 you've got?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. All right. You got Tyler Algier and
Sweet.
That lovely 3-headed monster in Arizona. It's all yours.
Yeah. It's those dragons. There's the 2 heads, and then the one silly one is Benson. But yeah.
Now, the real Arizona thing would be to draft like Mike Washington now.
Oh, yeah. Jeremiah Love, welcome in.
Well, they need to replace Michael Carter, and they need to replace Giuseppe DiMercato. So
yeah,
they really need a running back.
Definitely. Well, I am gonna draft Katron Allen. I think that whatever team does take him, he's a nice big body, and basically he's just a younger Tyler Algier, really, is the way I look at it. So I'm just knocking years off of that position by gaining Katron Allen, and the 302, I'll figure something out with it. Yeah. So now I'm up at the 203. Here's where conviction comes in, because I really am in on Nussmeier over Ty Simpson. I just think that Nussmeier is a better player. If anybody goes and watches the 2024 film, you'll see why. Ty Simpson is somebody who I do think the Jets are like, that's the type of player that the Jets take. Somebody who started 15 games in college. And whereas Nussmeier's actually had a full good season. If he didn't have that injury last year, we'd be talking about him as a first-round quarterback. And I think that he's somebody who could go to Arizona, but because he's a quarterback, I actually kind of like that landing spot for him. I don't know now with Minshew going there, but I think that he could sit a year, and I love the weapons, at least the passing weapons in Arizona. But who knows? I'm just gonna take Garrett Nussmeier because that's what I think.
Let's
Here we go. I'm running to the podium for that pick. I'm not even asking you guys.
Wow.
All right, Shane, it's on you at the 204.
Chris Bell. If not for injury, he'd probably be much higher on this board. And I still think he might go in the first. He probably will go in the first 2 days. And apparently, we're just not going to draft Ty Simpson, which I love that for us. We're not slaves to the system. Don't give me that. Oh, he's a first round quarterback. We think you suck. We're not drafting you. I don't care.
That if there was a Scott Connor in our draft, Shane, that he would be taking all of the quarterbacks.
The value.
So he'd be loading up. He'd be already on Drew Aller, and
I get it. I get it. The value is there, dude. But sometimes I just can't. I can't with it. Like hoping that this quarterback's going to get a start. Like they just. If he comes back around when I'm up again, I'll draft him.
Sure.
All right, Ty.
All right.
You're gonna yield to
who has Wandale? Can I get Wandale for this pick?
Ooh.
2-5, Shane, you're shaking your head. No, I wouldn't sell him for this pick either. I'd need a little.
If I'm a contender and I got Wandale Robinson, I love the landing spot. Honestly, I mean, he's set up for good success.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah.
Parker Washington Shane, would you give up Parker Washington for this pick?
Yeah, I give up Parker Washington for this pick.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Well, it's Ty's pick, so I don't know that he won.
An independent
good to know. Good to know. 0.75 tight end premium. Speaking of landing spots, what about an Isaiah Likely for the 2-5?
No,
that was
not
juicy.
In this format. Yeah, you're not getting Isaiah Likely for this.
Okay.
Has Likely jumped to back end first now? Reunited with John Harbaugh in New York?
He might get there by the time the draft rolls around.
So it's interesting you bring it up. Does Likely still get the same role though that he had? Or I don't know. You don't pay somebody $40 million for 3 years to have that same role, right?
I mean, I would assume he's going to see a lot more of the field.
Yeah, I think so. So he's jumped up above. He's probably back end first in 0.75. Yeah, I'd say so. All right. Well, you struck out there, Ty.
Okay. One more. What about quarterback? How about, can I go get Tua? Anyone selling Tua?
I will sell you
today?
I will sell you Tua for 2.5 and the you can have him.
2.5. Just a 2.5.
Cool.
I'll
take Tua.
And I don't even know what I want to do with this pick. I just did it just to get Tua off my roster because it's second. So then I would try to see if anyone wanted this pick for a 27 second. No one does. Should go Ty Simpson here. So I'm going to go ahead and take Zachariah Branch because he's going to be a first-round wide receiver. And I dislike Ty Simpson.
I think Zach Branch has almost solidified himself right now already as one of the most polarizing wide receivers.
Yeah,
it's going to be in this draft. Yeah, people are either going to really love the landing spot or hate it.
Yeah,
and he could go anywhere from back end of the first to mid to late second of our rookie drafts. He's really, because you watch him a little, and I really get excited. Right, you watch him on some of those screens.
Yeah.
But then you also realize that Mekhi Lemon basically ran him out of town at USC. So,
hey, but it happens, right? JMO got ran out of where was he?
Sure.
Was he at Bama?
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yeah. And then, recovered. It happens from here and there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm up at 206 and I'm still trying to consolidate, right? So I'm trying to get rid of this pick. What are you guys going to offer me for it? You can see on my team, I've got the 206, the 210, the 303, the 306, 308, 404 and 412, and I'm not going to be able to use all these draft picks. So what are you giving me for the 206?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting here. I got a guy who's gonna land in free agency. Maybe he lands somewhere that people are excited about. Can I send you Romeo Dobbs for this pick?
Oh, Romeo Dobbs. I would take that if someone was offering me that. I'm just saying.
Thanks, Shane.
Well, you also have Rico Dowdle, and I kind of love that landing spot in Pittsburgh. That seems like just a Rico Dowdle and Pittman for that matter. They're both Steelers, right? They just fit the mold. So I'm going to offer you the 206 and my what did I say? I don't know, 303 for Dowdle. What do you think?
I'm going to hold on to Dowdle personally. I like it as well. I like the landing spot a lot. Like, again, why would I expect anything different than a running back 2 outcome right now? I'm just going to stick with Dowdle right now. Yeah, no thanks.
Oh, back to Romeo Dobbs, though. See, Romeo Dobbs is somebody that like the Giants are just going to overpay for, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, I'll pass on Dobbs. I just can't do it. Yeah.
Ty,
I'm going to do
me later. We'll make a deal for Dobbs.
All right. I'm going to do the format thing here, and I am going to snake Ty Simpson on Shane. I do not like him, but
I do not like him.
I guess he was pretty accurate at the combine for what that's worth. So whatever. Shane, you're up at the 207.
Is it Shane or is it me? Is it me? Shane.
You're 208.
I can't count. So that's okay.
207, yeah.
Right.
208
yes.
and 211.
Oh, my guy, and he had a good combine. So we're gonna take Jeremy Bernard.
Nice.
All right. Jeremy Bernard. There we go. All right. Ty, it's back to you now at the 208.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually in a normal draft, there's around that 205, kind of like those top 15 picks. You usually find some consensus this year, after 105, even earlier in some formats, it's going to be the wild, wild west. Even here, it feels like you can kind of know what you're going to expect around this range of the second once preference plays itself out, assuming we know anything about landing spots or how we're going to feel post-draft. I'm taking Chris Brazzell the second here out of Tennessee. I think I would have taken him in any of the wide receivers that have gone in this round. I could interchange it and feel the exact same. So I'm happy with that.
All right. Well, since we're all picking our favorite wide receivers, I'm going to jump down here, ADP, and go with Ted Hurst.
Ooh.
There he is. Now, Hurst is somebody who, of course, went to Georgia State, but he did have a good combine. I think he's somebody that could land on day 2. And I'm just hoping for Ted Hurst's sake, he gets somewhere where they've got a good veteran wide receiver that he can learn from, right? If he goes to the Rams, it gets to watch Devontae Adams. Even if he goes, I don't know, wherever Christian Kirk ends up, right? Just somebody that can teach him how to run routes. Because this dude's got all the talent in the world, and I'll take a shot at him at 209. So Shane, back to you.
Who is the tight end 3 of this class?
Tight end 3 is your guess, because I do not want to take, as you guys have mentioned, the Ohio State tight ends seem to never do anything. But I don't know. It's hard to say between Trigg and Jolie.
Okay. Let's go back to running backs. Let's go ahead and just take Emmett Johnson.
All right.
We're going to assume a decent landing spot for him,
Okay.
where he could have a role in his first year.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, Ty, it's back to you at 211. You going to keep this one or try and?
Oh, well, I feel like the 211 or these back end seconds, they really don't have a lot of buying power. I'm more so attaching to something to try to get something else. really at this point. Could I send?
I'm selling Romeo Dobbs if you're interested.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I'd take Romeo Dobbs for the 211. I'd make that bet. Let's do it. If you have them, I'm down for it. Also, I mean, again, like, can I use 211? Can I just attach that to like one guy and go up in preference? Can I attach the 211 to Josh Jacobs if I think I can do more with Cam Scatterbo or Javonte Williams? Like, can I make my preference bet using this second? If I don't get any offers I like, I'm just same reason I took Brazel. I'll just take Elijah Surratt and just bet on that the Capital will find him at a nice landing spot.
Sounds good.
I also I have a live trade in a league if y'all want to hear that.
Oh yes,
throw it up. What do you got?
Me?
No, it's not with you. That would be fun. So it's a 14 team start 11 best ball. You got to start 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 2 wide receiver, 2 tight ends, and 2 flexes. Bonuses out the yin yang. You want running backs and tight ends. I traded away 109, 204, 208, and 303. Got Mike Wilson and Kenny Gainwell.
Ooh. What was it again? 109 plus what else?
109, 204, 208, and the 303 for Mike Wilson and Kenny Gainwell.
And you said it's best ball. And so I'm guessing that you had what is it, a 30-man roster?
It's actually 25-man rosters.
That's just 25-man roster?
25, 14 by 11, 25.
You're getting
and you got to start 3 running backs every week. You can start up to 5 of them.
You're getting 2 players that you're going to want to keep on your roster pretty much all season. And in a 25-man best ball, I don't know if any picks after the 207 this year are worth hanging on to, right? I mean,
this is one of my rebuilding teams as well. So I had too many picks to roster spots. So I was motivated to package some things up to try to go get something real.
Yeah, nice work. I would love that deal if I could pull that off. I don't know what your thoughts are, Shane, if that's a smash or
that's usable. I got usable pieces that are going to probably hit my lineup a lot in best ball. So yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to make the last pick here, and geez. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this guy. It's Malachi Fields. He's somebody who seems like he's just a good football player. His metrics may not have been great at the combine, but he had a great Senior Bowl. He knows how to run block because he was at Notre Dame. And so I think that's going to get him onto the field. Now, whether or not that translates into Michael Wilson's first couple of seasons or not, that's could very well be the case. But this year's draft is wide its strength is wide receiver, right? And so when I know that, I try to draft into the strength of a draft. Like, I don't really like drafting any of these running backs after Love this year. It feels like they're all artificially pumped up, and that if you're taking them, like even Jadarian Price, like I don't know how much different Jadarian Price is than Roshan Johnson was behind Bijan. You know what I mean? And I don't think anybody else really does either. They're just projecting his build and this and that. And if he had gone to some other SEC school, he would have ran for 1,000 yards, whatever. I don't really know that. But I know that Malachi Fields played well at Virginia for 4 years, and then he went to Notre Dame and looked pretty good. And now he looked good at the Senior Bowl, and he probably can walk into an NFL wide receiver room and be at least the wide receiver 3. So I think that gets him on the field. And so, yeah, it's him or Jacoby Lane. Jacoby Lane's looked pretty good too. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, I'll go Malachi Fields. So, okay. All right. Well, we made it through 2 rounds. I don't know. I mean, I could sit here all night doing this with you guys. I don't know how much time you guys planned on.
We did.
But 2 rounds is pretty solid. But to kind of put a bow on it or whatever, what are your thoughts in general? Did the today's free agent signings or what you see forthcoming the rest of this week, how has it changed maybe your feel in the first 2 rounds for the 26th draft, I guess, with the tier breaks? Maybe do you have?
I mean, so yeah, I didn't. Outside of Jeremiah Love definitely being, I guess we have at home for him. I don't know that, honestly, this did not change a lot for me. Maybe San Francisco, right, with Mike Evans going there. But here's the thing about that. Remember Emeka Egbuka went to Tampa Bay last year, and what did we say? Well, Mike Evans is in his way. Well, guess what? This is like a 1-year deal for Mike Evans. So
yeah,
San Francisco might be actually a sneaky little landing spot now.
Yeah, I mean, teams need 3 wide receivers in today's NFL, right? Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it is. And if you're stacked up with 3 really good wide receivers, I mean, Brock Purdy's gonna smash.
Yep.
Yeah. Ty, how about you? How do you think today's, other than you being super excited for Kenny Walker? You said so. Kenny Walker. All right, we can give you this. Kenny Walker, you said you put him at Dynasty running back 8 now. So who are you? At least, right? Okay, well, who are you? What Dynasty running backs do you have ahead of Kenneth Walker? Let's put it that way.
So let's count it out. So Bijan, Gibbs, Love, Genty, Achane, Hampton.
Yeah.
After Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
So Jonathan Taylor. And then it's like, do I take James Cook or do I take Kenny Walker? I'd lean Cook simply because I think we always do this with Kansas City running backs, which I agree with Shane is I would be selling him at running back 8 prices right now if I have a Kenny Walker. So hear me clearly on that. But yeah, I would put him right in that range.
Yeah, I think you're right that this week or the next couple of days is definitely the time to try and sell Kenny Walker because he's in the news. It's the Chiefs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, go out and try and sell Kenny Walker if he's not just the perfect fit for you on your squad, because obviously, whoever owned Kenny Walker last year, if you owned him all season and then got to watch him perform in the playoffs like we hoped he would have performed during the regular season.
Found money is nice money. So I'm not hating having that. But like you mentioned, so I mean, really what we've seen in free agency today, I think just all it really did for me, aside from, we know a little bit more probably about what Love's going to be and just all this is that second quarterback in the first round. I don't know if we'll see that maybe from like just wanting the 5-year contract route, but I don't know how much that really factors into today's NFL as much. But yeah, really, I'm just not really bet on that secondary quarterback being there to inflate the first round. So we need some running back landing spots to hit. We need those wide receiver and tight end landing spots to hit. Like I want excitement. I want opportunities. And there's so many players we didn't really even get to touch on just because in the nature of doing a 2-round mock, right? But
right.
I mean, gosh, like Damon Claiborne, Jam Miller, Justin Jolly, Luke McCray, Nick Singleton's probably going to get picked in the 3rd too. Just there's tons of names and people that hopefully we can get excited about as we move through the rookie draft season.
Every year there's dudes in the 3rd or 4th round. Like I've likened this draft a lot to the Breece Hall draft, right? Where you got Breece Hall at the top, similar to Love. Then you didn't have good quarterbacks, right? That was the Kenny Pickett draft. This draft at least has Mendoza, but after that, it's pretty ugly. But that draft still gave us James Cook. Then later on, Brian Robinson in there. So there's going to be guys in the 3rd and 4th round in this year's draft that do perform. So don't just piss away those picks. I mean, they still do your studying and still try and find your 2. Like I like Ted Hurst. I mean, I picked him at the 209. I don't know that he's that worthy. I kind of just really wanted to talk about him, but
put that on a t-shirt. Don't piss away your picks.
We all got guys that we like.
All right, guys. Well, Anything you want to mention again for DD Fantasy coming up this week, quick before we head out?
Yeah, so apparently we're about to go jump live on the stages at 9:45 tonight. So that's awesome because if one thing I know about Scott and Ray, if you do a show with them, it's definitely going to be brief and concise. So
Yes.
I'm gonna be tired as hell tomorrow. I'm already figuring that.
You gotta get ready for the morning drive.
Yeah. The morning drive for tomorrow might be just me sleeping in. So no, we're going to be jumping on stage. I mean, obviously tonight, I assume tomorrow when more free agency stuff drops, and again Wednesday for all of our patrons, Discord members, whatever you call them. So we're trying to take care of our community. There's 650 or so people in there, and we're going to cater to them over the next few days. Kind of stay off the free airwaves. I don't mean to sound like that, but you know what I mean. We're gonna cater to the people that put up the bucks.
For sure.
Patreon.com/allgas, ddfantasyfootball.com, trades and chills here on YouTube if you want some live access to trade shows, all that good stuff. Yeah, should be talking ball all off season, baby.
All right. Well, if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on Mock Draft Monday 5.0 on the Dynasty Rewind. Hit up our Patreon and our Discord. We're doing mock drafts pretty much every night there as well. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. And remember, never stop working.